I wasn't going to address this. I was going to let it slide. But it's really pissing me off. It's really getting me to this point where I'm like, it's really grinding my gears. There's been a lot of people in my life lately that are saying things that I wouldn't say are true. It might be just because I'm blind to the idea. But once one or two people tell you something that might be a coincidence, once it's 4 or 5, 7 of them, then you probably have that issue that they're, talking about. But here's the thing, okay? I don't understand why it's such a problem for me to think the way that I do. I don't get it, okay? And it seems like it's coming off a lot more lately, my attitude. Not my attitude as in like I'm just being like, a little fucking bitch or something, but more so the way that I talk, the way that I think, the way that I'm talking to people. It seems like they think that I think I'm the shit. No, motherfucker, no. You may think that I think that, and that's your fault. That's your problem. How is that my prerogative? It's not. It's really not. So I'm thinking like, what the fuck? You guys have to understand this. I am just beginning this journey of creating content, of learning new things I've been doing for a long time. I've always been a fucking geek, like a book nerd. Learning, I love that shit. I don't like school, but I like learning. And so I've always wanted to find ways to get ahead in something, anything. I was never competitive. I was never this, driven motherfucker that would wake up and ready to go in the morning and shit. Like that just wasn't me for like most of my life, up until I turned maybe 21. So this new energy that I found, this new drive, this new way of thinking, because again, this is a new way that I'm thinking now. I wasn't always like this. And in my heart, I'm still that person that I was before. It's just now that the way I think is way different. It's way different. Okay? Most of my life, I've been this person that just holds back. I don't speak my mind. I just kind of stay in the corner quiet. I don't really do much. Just kind of don't talk to me, bro. Not because I don't like you, but because I'm awkward. I've always been that person. Sleep in all day, have no fucking goals and ambition. I know that. I know that lifestyle. I know that sadness. I know that depression. I know all of that. Most of the things that I talk about, especially on my Instagram, it may sound like I'm clowning on people or I'm being an asshole, I'm not being empathetic or compassionate. I'm not saying it because I'm on the other side of the fence and looking at you and not know at all your experience. Anything that I talk about, on Instagram, on YouTube, on TikTok, whatever, anything that I talk about and I'm clowning on or I'm kind of saying like you're a bitch because of it, it's not because I think you're a bitch and I don't understand your problem. It's because I've been there. Okay, I've been there. I know. Now, unfortunately for the world, I guess, and for me, people don't respond kindly to somebody telling you that you're a fucking bitch or a mark or a fucking lame or you're not doing nothing with your life or you need to fucking get up. They want to talk to you all lovey-dovey. Get you a therapist who's going to fucking rub your little ego and shit. Have you there sitting down talking for a fucking hour. Just, it's okay. It's just feel. Fuck the feeling, motherfucker. You've been feeling all day. You've been feeling all fucking year. All of your life you've been feeling. Which is why you're fucking depressed. You don't think highly of yourself. And in this life now, it seems like they tell you not to think like that. That it's wrong to be confident, to think better of yourself, to be wanting to be better than most, to want to have that drive in competition. They say that's wrong. That's toxic. You shouldn't do that. Fuck that shit. I've never thought like this before. I was that compassionate, loving, caring, going to fucking therapy, all med the fuck up with all these pills, Zoloft, Prozac, fucking Adderall, all this shit. I've been there, bro. But this new way of thinking, these things that I'm doing in YouTube, these books that I'm reading, these things that I picked up over the years that I'm communicating to you, I don't remember where I got them, but it's just little nuggets that I implement in my fucking brain and implement in my habits and implement in my routine. These things are helping. These things are changing the way that I feel, the way that I think. Most of your problems in your life isn't because you have some kind of disease or because you're just destined or doomed to be a fucking loser. You're thinking wrong. That's what you're not depressed. You're just thinking wrong. You're not anxious. You're not thinking right. You're breathing wrong. This is all it is. You don't need no fucking medication. What you need is discipline. And you need to apply things that you learn to actually get anything from it. Otherwise, what are you doing? You're going to be this pathetic loser who's going to be like, feel bad for me. I don't feel bad for you, bro. Because I can't. If I do, I would feel bad for myself. And I'm not doing that anymore. I've done that for most of my life. I'm not going to feel bad for myself. Because if I feel bad for you, I have to feel bad for myself. Why? Because I've gone through those same experiences. And so if I have pity on how you are doing, then it wouldn't make sense for me not to do that for me. Because the way you treat yourself and you love yourself is how you're going to eventually project that to other people. Put in that fucking work. I'm tired of people calling me egotistical. Like, this is a new discovery for me. This is something that's new to me. And it's fun, and it's helping, and it's working. What the fuck? I don't just speak these things because I think I'm better or I'm great. I literally do these things. I see the progress. I see how it's changing my life and my mind and the way that I feel about myself. And then I say it. Whether you want to listen or not is not my problem, buddy. It's not my problem. I don't care. I used to care so much. Now I don't. And that's the thing. Especially with all this trauma thing that people will talk about. It's because I'm traumatized. It's because all the trauma in my life has caused me to just blah. And I just don't want to live. And I've been there, bro. I get it. I understand. To shut the fuck up. Because obviously you don't want to change. You just want to keep saying that. That's your excuse. That's your way out. It's nice. Sound good, bro. You take life too fucking serious. Something happens to you and you take it too personal and too serious. It ain't that serious, bro. It's really not. Okay? It's really not. It's when you start taking something so serious where your life just starts becoming this crumbling fucking thing that's just deteriorating and you're fucking just fucked. Filled with excuses, filled with self-pity and want someone to talk to you with love. When what you need is to get fucking slapped back into reality. I didn't have that in my life. I was fucking catered to, loved, and protected. All the fucking time. And my grandma Cushy be wiping my ass to this day. I'm not playing. So I have to forcefully brute force my way out of this fucking mindset of fucking victimhood and being a fucking boy. And so I'm rough on myself. If you think I talk crazy to you, you should hear the voices I have in my head. You should hear that shit. A therapist will tell you not to think like that. And you go, how are you not crazy? How have you not hung yourself for something? Because I don't think in a negative way where I'm like doom. I think, oh, you're being a little fucking bitch. Or you're doing this and that. Fucking change it. Get the fuck up. Figure it out. Not, oh, all this shit is happening to me. Well, fuck, I guess I'm not meant to it. I'm not meant to be. I'm not meant to have love and happiness. No, motherfucker, no. Now, my sponsor told me that a lot of people don't take this kind of way of learning or receive these kinds of, they don't accept this kind of way of talking to or having somebody talking to them like this. They don't like that. Well, here's the thing. I have 5 to 7 years to change into the man that I know I'm going to become. Watch my progress. And if by the end of those 7 years you've been watching and if what I say is all bullshit, you will see the result in 7 years. Oh, what this kid was talking about, he's a fucking idiot. Maybe. But I see the way you think. And I don't want to be like you. Right? I see how you act. I don't want to be like you. So, I don't know. I do know, but I'm going to pretend I don't know to help your little ego. Straight up. I know this way is the way out. How do I know? I've seen it. I've seen it. Motherfucker comes out of prison doing 10 years, losing everything. Within 2.5 years, he did all the self-development in prison. Hold on, before we get there. He did all the self-development in prison. He read the books that I read. I didn't even know that I would read the same books that he had read. He talks about the same spirituality principles that I believe in. He talks about the same things of how men have lacked in recent times. He talks about how to change these things. He talks about vibrations. He talks about synchronicities. Things that you don't expect a tatted motherfucking hardcore gangster to talk about. He talks about. And for the first 2.5 years, he was sitting in a park bench talking about prison. And how he was saying, I'm going to fucking make it. Everything that I fucking learned and did in fucking prison, militant as fuck, everything that I've done is going to work. Where is he at now? 5 to 7 years later. Bro's a multi-fucking millionaire. If this fucker can do it, why the fuck can't I do it? Living in his grandparents' house too. So, I have no choice. This is who I am. I'm a real humble and cool guy. Ask anybody that knows me. I really am. But the way that I am talking to you now, this is how hyped up I am to myself in my head. Okay? Don't get me mad because then I get like this too. And I'm tripping. But right now, I'm calm. When I'm talking to you, hey man, how you doing, bro? Hey man, nice to meet you. Boom, boom. Whatever, we cool. Oh, you have issues with me? I ain't even no beef like that, bro. We good. I'm actually really chill. But shit like this, it hypes me up. I talk to myself like this in my head. And it gets me going through the day. So, whether you like it or not, it helps me. And it might help somebody else. Because the problem that we have in this world is not the lack of compassion and empathy. Because it seems we have too much. We have a bunch of boys, men, that can't fucking handle some criticism. That break. Wes Watson said it the best. There's men in this world that are feminine and they have this empathetic, nature to them, and they already have that on lock. They can talk to their woman. They can write poetry. I can do that too. They can be this, safe space for women, whatever. They're very compassionate people. They got that on lock. That's cool. Now you need the other half, homie, where you're a fucking dangerous animal. You're missing that part. The man part of you. I know society is telling you that that's just dangerous and you shouldn't do it. Fuck that shit. You're missing that. That's what I'm missing. That's why I need this. All that compassionate, loving shit, I already been there. Done that. I know how to do that. So, if you're a fucking aggressive motherfucker, like since you were born, then what you need is to learn how to be compassionate and loving and understanding and control that anger. That's what you're missing. You're missing that feminine side of you. This is all one. We're all one.